This week, one of the scriptures that we're lifting up is Matthew 25, where Jesus says, whatever you do to the least of these. He tells a story about how he was in the world and was ignored by so many of us. And then another story about how he was in the world and yet others met every need he had. And it was an encouragement to the church to always be aware of those in our midst who need the love of Christ displayed through our lives into theirs. For many years, I've partnered with the ELCA Outreach Center in Kenosha. And I did so as a youth leader, and I continue to do so as a pastor. I remember many years ago as a youth leader, we would lead a Bible study, and we'd also offer some songs and food every Thursday throughout the summer, me and my youth. And every Thursday there was this same woman who sat near the end of the table, looked to be in maybe her 50s. We found out that she was homeless and that was using many of the resources there to figure out how to get back on her feet. She was often quiet. And at the end of our Bible study, we would hand out donuts or whatever we might have brought for a snack that day, and then slowly leave. Well, one day I had some extra time, and so I decided to go over to this woman who remained quiet almost every single time we were there and introduce myself. I learned that her name was Linda. Linda and her brother were trying to figure out a way to live independent of assistance. They were having a hard time. Linda had had some struggles in her life. Some of them had affected her mentally, and she was very honest about these. I realized in that moment that no one really ever talked to Linda. And so I made it a point every week when I came back to sit down and talk to Linda. What was amazing is maybe after a month of this, at the end of our Bible study, we invite someone to pray. Linda had never raised her hand. But in this moment, Linda raised her hand. And she prayed a simple prayer for her and her brother, and then offered up a word of thanks for the people at that table. I don't know what God is doing in Linda's life today. I've lost track of her. But I know in that moment, Linda felt recognized. And it reminded me that often, even in the midst of good ministry, we can overlook people. Whatever you do to the least of these, I think justice begins with conversations and learning someone's story. I think that's where real justice begins, once we realize we're all the same. Like Linda, we just want to be listened to be recognized, to be seen. My encouragement to you this week, church, is that you look for ways to be Christ in a world that so desperately needs Christ, that you look for the least of these in your midst, and you sit down with them. You hear their story, you learn their name, and maybe you give them a little bit of courage to speak up, to encounter their God in a new way. As always, we are praying for you. Love and peace.